Welcome back to Opinions in the Dark, where my opinions matter, your opinions matter. But today we're about to over to the opinions of ourselves. Actually, um, a lot of times we become comfortable with the state that we're in, and I do understand that sometimes getting to that state, even to get to that point, sometimes it's a harder process. You know, you might come from a background in where it was rough. You might never had always had the best working job, so you strive to get to a different place, and you become comfortable with knowing, okay, this is not where I originally came from, and that's amazing. But we owe it to ourselves to also keep on pushing ourselves. We owe it to ourselves to become the better version of ourselves. We owe it to ourselves to reach a higher learning, higher education, whether that's going back to school, whether that's reading, whether that's talking to people. We owe it to ourselves to become aware with everything and everything around us. Um, I know for a fact, like I know with myself, I know this podcast to me is something that I always wanted to do, but I always procrastinated about when I was going to start it, when I was going to do it, or I'm going to do it next week, I'm going to do it next month, I'm going to do it tomorrow. And that went on for like a year. But also, too, I was so comfortable with the position that I was in, I didn't want to go into an uncomfortable position. And sometimes we have to go into an uncomfortable position to grow. Sometimes we have to put ourselves in situations that we're not used to in order to learn. Sometimes we use fear as a way for an excuse to not pursue growth. Sometimes we will have lack of confidence, and that would be another reason why we have so many amazing ideas, but we never put actions behind them. Sometimes the people around us in your environment could also cause a factor in the decision making of wanting to become better. Uh, but learning that just wanting to be better every single day is a good feeling. Knowing that you do not have to be where you are for the rest of your life is a possibility. Before I got to yesterday, I wasn't the best in school. I could go ahead and say that off rip. I wasn't the best. I wasn't the smartest. I hate reading. I didn't know how to read that good. I didn't know how to spell that good. But now doing homeschool with my kids, I get to go back to a place where I know for a fact also too, if I would have tried harder, I probably would have got it. And now I get to do it with my kids when they ask me for help. I'm like, hey, I don't know how to help you right now, but let's go do it together. And I'm learning, and I'm enjoying the fact that I'm also learning things that I should have learned before, but I'm taking the time to learn it with my kids too. So it's like we both learning together. It's a joy of knowing that where you came from and where you are now and how big that gap was and understanding of how different it is though, that is happiness. That is peace. That is love. That is confidence. That is positivity. That's growth. Because you can't make those steps just by closing your eyes and waking up. You had to do something. You had to change something. You had to learn a different tactic whenever you're in a situation that gets a little hard. You had to learn how to speak to your partner with better communication. You had to learn to do something. You had to do something, period. But you took yourself from a position that you was comfortable at and you escaped. So today my message really is understanding that we do not have to be where we are in life right now. We can wake up or we can at this moment think about what we want to accomplish next and go for it. But I do know that sometimes fear can rule that. Sometimes the understanding of what's not understood or what's unknown can have us running or having us be afraid or having us to put our own stuff down because we don't want to reach the skies of the limit. But sometimes we have to put that fear, or sometimes we have to actually use the fear as motivation. If you know that you can and you will, sometimes using the fear will motivate you and move you. A lot of times also, like I say, lack of confidence. Knowing that we don't look like the image of what normal or what the world may view as acceptable whenever you wanting to try to do something is a big downer. And that's understood. So we have lack of confidence. We feel as if our body isn't where it's supposed to be for this situation, or our mind or our trainer. But once you put confidence in yourself and you believe in yourself and you tell yourself you believe in yourself and you do affirmations, you do looking in the mirror, self-prep talks, you do whatever you got to do, like you will really understand that the growth that you wanted to achieve, that your lack of confidence held you back on, how easy it was just to take the first step to do it. Like, we have to understand that we don't have to be a product of our environment. It's easy to say that. It's easy to be controlled and be ruled by temptation or peer pressure. To know that's what you see every day when you wake up. I understand, it's hard. But Rome wasn't built in one day either. Sometimes we have to take time to find the right process or the right steps to make the first initial step to growth. And understanding that anyone and everyone can do it. I'm not about to sit here and say that it works the same speed for everybody. You know, somebody might be able to grow faster than the next person. Somebody may be able to learn. I'm not saying. Everybody has to do it at their own pace. But you can do it. You can achieve it. You can accomplish it. And you can reach it. I'm going to leave you with this last thought of understanding that also I know that the environment and sometimes the people we're around, family members, so-called friends, associates, employees, we already know how influenced judgmental thoughts are on this world now. So being around negativity and negative people and negative thoughts could hinder you in wanting to make a change and wanting to grow and wanting to be better. But not everybody's supposed to go with you when you go to the top. You're not supposed to bring everybody with you when you get to the top. So if you start thinking about that right now and understanding that, hey, I love you, but I got to separate myself from you. That's the option that you might have to take. And I don't advise you to do anything that I say that works for me, because these are all my opinions and all my thoughts. But I do know it hurts holding on to letting go. It really do. So again, that's your boy Big C with his opinions and his thoughts. And sorry for the background sound too. I'm outside right now, and I'm on the porch, and it's I don't even know what you call this thing. I think it's from whenever the dryer is on. But I couldn't pass up on the opportunity, man. I came outside. It's beautiful weather. The trees dead right now. There ain't no leaves on the trees, but it's a nice view. And nature, for me, is what I use to help create and promote my positivity. So I couldn't pass up on the opportunity to talk to the people who I want to connect with, and I'm more intrigued to learn and understand if I'm not in my best mood. I wanted to give y'all the best version of me, and outside, when birds are chirping, I'm seeing people going to work out. I see people getting picked up for activities. I see life being moved by my very own eyes right now, and knowing that, positivity can grow in everyone. So I appreciate the nature. I appreciate my environment, and I honestly had to move from my old environment to be able to appreciate life more better. But again, that's your boy C with opinions in the dark, and I want to hear about y'all opinions on this later. Thank you.